Greetings and welcome to QUTV Sports This Week. I'm Shane Hulsey.
And I'm Will Conerly. As the weather starts to get colder and people start to migrate inside, the Quincy University women's soccer team has stayed outside. While people were huddled up around their television watching football on Sunday, the Lady Hawks of the pitch held another intra-squad scrimmage at Chile Legends Stadium on Sunday. With temperatures in the mid-40s and not much sunshine in sight to speak of, the team played 3 20-minute periods of 11-on-11 soccer. The lone goal came in the first period by Quincy High School's own Grace Hilbing on an assist from freshman Aaliyah Recker. That goal propelled the team black to a 1-0 victory over Team White. The Hawks will hold 2 more intra-squad scrimmages before the fall semester wraps up. And be sure to join us next Wednesday as head coach of the Lady Hawks, Sam Thomas, will join the show. Should be a fun chat with him next week.
Should indeed, should indeed. Now, coming to a new country is never easy. As part of the NCAA's My Story Matters initiative, 4 international players on the Quincy University men's volleyball team spoke about their transition to the United States.
Coming in from such a far place, I think it's important that you feel included because you have no one else here. I have no family in the States, and my first year here, I came in. I was the only international player on the team, but the team really gave me a feeling that I have friends and I have a family, a local family here in QU that I can count on. I think it's really important that we have different perspectives in volleyball because I learned volleyball in Israel. We have European guys, we have people from all over the States, and I think sharing ideas and sharing training methods that I learned in my country really helps, and our team really grew a lot, substantially.
Yeah, I feel that it's very important for us to be included, to feel part of a family, and that's actually how I feel. Because even if I'm thousands of kilometers away from my family, I still think that I'm part of something.
It's a bit scary.
Yeah.
When I landed, I was like, okay, now I'm not home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very far from home, but I get used to it. It's okay now. I have friends with my team. It's like a family.
I think for sure that people here in Quincy in general, but also the team, are really welcoming, which is really important for, of course, for an athlete, but also for just a human being to feel good here. You will play better, you will study better, everything.
That's pretty cool stuff what the NCAA is doing with diversity and inclusion, Shane.
Absolutely, absolutely. Lots of great stories to be heard and ones that certainly deserve to be told. Coming up, we show you what it's like to be a graduate assistant in the QU Athletic Communications Department. Lots more to come on QUTV Sports This Week. We'll be right back.
Soccer is a physically demanding sport that often results in a tie. Student life comes with its own demands, and often it feels like the losses outnumber the wins. Sometimes you just need someone to listen. It's comforting to know our Quincy team extends beyond the field.
and to make it your cue for you to do what you love.
When we visit a website like, say, QUHawks.com, we don't see the work that goes into maintaining that website and keeping it up to date. One of the people in charge of that task and much, much more is Edward Madera. Madera is originally from the Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo to be exact. As a graduate assistant, or GA for short, Madera assists the sports information director by compiling athlete bios and stats and broadcasting sporting events. While he currently enjoys his time in the Tri-States, Madera hopes to stay in the game after he graduates, be it at QU or elsewhere.
It could be within college or sports organizations, more professional level, and it could be within coaching, or I could be working with the communications area, just as I have been doing here at QU.
Madera is getting his master's degree in business administration and plans to graduate in May 2022. And we are pleased to welcome into the studio, live and in flesh, Mr. Edward Madera. Edward, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Well, if you could, just give us kind of a glimpse into how you landed at QU as a graduate assistant, if you would, please.
Well, I did graduate at Culver Stockton College, where I was working as an intern under Pat Atwell, who used to be athletics director here at QU, and my wife also, she's a graduate from QU, so she kind of pushed me into looking for working with the athletics here at QU.
Got to make her happy.
Oh yes.
Now, how did your time at Culver Stockton prepare you for what you're doing now here at QU?
Well, as I said, I was working for Pat Atwell, and he kind of helped me with the opportunity of working with all the sports at Culver Stockton. Kind of give me an insight of how everything works, and I think that helped me a lot.
And from what I understand, you got your associates in accounting and your bachelor's in sports management.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do those two things kind of go together?
Well, pretty much everything has to do with management. It was business administration and accounting, so that kind of gave me an insight for both. And when I got to Culver, I decided I wanted to be more involved with the sports, so I decided on changing a little bit to sports management.
Now, you were a standout baseball player at Culver Stockton, all conference as a senior in 2018, 350, 7 home runs, the whole bit. Do you ever miss playing?
Oh yes, every day.
Every day. Do you think you still got it?
I need to practice.
I think we all could. Now, do you have a baseball team that you follow closely?
Pretty much, to be honest, I follow every team that has a Dominican player involved in it.
Alrighty. Well, Edward, thank you for joining us. You're doing some great work, and best of luck in the future. Hopefully we can chat again soon. Keep it up.
Thanks.
That is Edward Madera, Athletic Communications Graduate Assistant. Now we have another member of the QU Athletic Communications Department. Director of Athletic Communications, Brendan Sake, joins the show next. That conversation and more next.
That's a good throw, Brendan.
My major here at Quincy is exercise science, human performance, and basically that is going to set me up to get certified in strength and conditioning and personal training. So ultimately what I want to do after college is put my personal training career off to the side and join the military. For this upcoming summer, I have the opportunity to join the Platoon Leaders course, and basically what this is for the Marine Corps, it is Officer Candidate School. It's a 10-week program in Quantico, Virginia, and if I get accepted, I leave on June 1st, and I will train there for 10 weeks up until August 10th. My initial physical standards, and that consists of a 3-mile timed run, 2 minutes to perform as many pull-ups as I can, and 2 minutes to perform as many sit-ups as I can.
You may recognize him from the baseball diamond or the football field, but he is now the Director of Athletic Communications at Quincy University. We're pleased to welcome into the studio Mr. Brendan Stake. Brendan, thank you for coming on.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Now, in the last segment, we spoke with Edward Madera, a graduate assistant who works with Mr. Stake here. Now, Brendan, you were a graduate assistant as well for a couple of years before you became the Director of Athletic Communications. So how did that GA position kind of prepare you for what you're doing now?
It definitely really opened my eyes about how much goes into the athletic communication field. Learned a lot under both Ryan Snyder, who is the SID before Dylan Schick, and then obviously learned a lot from Dylan Schick last year. Just learning from those guys and really seeing what all goes into the position as far as, you know, the website maintenance, being at games, statting, content creation, all that kind of stuff that, you know, goes into it. And it's been fun, you know. I mean, sports lover myself, so this has been kind of a blessing for me.
You kind of alluded to it, but for those who may not be privy to what all your job entails, enlighten us, kind of walk us through a little bit, maybe a condensed version of what you do.
Yeah, definitely condensed version. Like I said, so anything with Q Hawks website, so bios, player rosters, schedules, back end of the website, obviously. Then on the field, stats, content creation, so getting videos of practices, games, and then creating social media content on Photoshop, InDesign, game notes, anything related to the sports teams, we handle it. So 21 different sports, we cover it and we get it done.
It's a busy and thankless job. Now, what would you say would be the most rewarding part of that job, though?
Most rewarding part is just providing the coverage for the teams, and when they see that product and those things and them getting covered and them kind of seeing the benefits of that, definitely, you know, makes me feel good, and, you know, my staff, they all love to do it, and we just love providing that opportunity for those athletes to be exposed.
And they're here in the studio as well watching, so I'm sure they appreciate what you do and enjoy what they do as well. Now, as I alluded to earlier, you're a two-sport athlete here at Quincy. You played football and baseball. Do you ever miss playing? I asked the same question to Edward, but do you ever miss it?
Oh, 100%. I'm definitely not in game shape anymore, but man, watching sports on TV and even, you know, covering it just makes me want to play even more.
Can't get away from it.
Can't get away, no.
Now, one last thing before we let you go. If there's one thing you could tell somebody going into the communications field, sports management, whatever it is, what would be something you tell them, maybe some words of advice?
I mean, if you love sports, get into it and reach out to your fellow SID or, you know, myself, or because we always need help. And, you know, like I said, 19 different sports, and we only got 3-4 guys helping out. Like, we never have enough help. So if sports is something you want to get into, and the social media side or what have you, we have a place for you.
Well, Mr. Stake, always a pleasure to catch up, and hopefully we can chat again soon. Looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
All right, coming up. On Tuesday, the Dodgers had a chance to clinch their first World Series title in 32 years. Highlights and reaction from Game 6 of the Fall Classic is coming your way.
All right. Am I good?
To make it your cue for you to do what you love.
Finding your passion is easy at Quincy University. Whether you're pursuing a bachelor's degree or looking to go even further, at QU, your professional and academic future is bright. 40 undergrad programs include moments that become experiences, connections that become careers, and relationships that become lifelong support. We want you here. That's why we work hard to ensure that a Quincy University education is affordable. Let us help you put together a plan. Visit discover.quincy.edu to get started.
I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I lost my mother and brother at the age of 13, which is so hard for a 13-year-old. I never let their death be like a burden to me. but more so of a motivation, because anything that I do from now is for them. I brought my GPA back up to where it should be. Myself and other African Americans or blacks, we all feel that, oh, the criminal justice system is like rigged against us. And that's also kind of like what motivates me to go into forensic psychology. So I'm a fan of Law and Order, SVU, and with that, that's what kind of like persuaded me or guided me to go into that field.
The last time the Dodgers won the World Series, we were talking Oral Hershiser, Kirk Gibson, and Tommy Lasorda. They've come up short countless times since 1988, but on Tuesday, they were one win away from that title that had been eluding them for 32 years. To Game 6 in Arlington we go. Snellzilla, Blake Snell, getting the start for the Rays, and he would get some help right away, and from who else but this man, Randy Arozarena. This guy just won't stop hitting. That's not even a strike, and he hits a solo shot to right field. Number 10, he extends his postseason record for home runs in a single postseason, 1-0 Rays. Blake Snell, pitching hand, strong in this one. In the bottom of the fourth, he strikes out Corey Seager swinging. See you later. Next batter, Justin Turner, all tied up in knots. Mike Zunino gathers it, throws down to first, 2 away. That's 8 strikeouts for Snellzilla already. And then Max Muncy, high cheddar, not a chance. 9 strikeouts through 4 innings for Snell. Rays stay in front by 1. We jump to the bottom of the 6th, and this is where things would really start to get interesting. 1 out in the inning, catcher Austin Barnes singles to center field, and Rays manager Kevin Cash comes out to get Snell after just 73 pitches. That was only the second hit Snell had given up, but he's out. Nick Anderson comes in. Next batter, Mookie Betts sneaks one inside the third base line. Betts is going to cruise on into second. Barnes moves up to third, representing the tying run. The Dodgers are in business in the 6th. Runners on second and third now for Seager, and Anderson is going to bounce a slider, and it gets away from Zunino, and Barnes slides on into home. We're all tied up at 1. Very next pitch, Seager chops one slowly to first. Betts gets a great jump, and he slides under the tag. Get hype, Mookie. Dodgers up 2-1. That pitching change not looking so good for Mr. Cash. Top of the 7th, Julio Urias on the pitch for the Dodgers. He's been nails in this postseason, and he strikes out Yandy Diaz to end the 7th. In the bottom of the 8th, it's Betts. He won a World Series back in 2018 with the Red Sox, and he's trying to win another one in 2020 with the Dodgers. An absolute bomb to left center, 434 feet, and some more cushion for Urias, as if he needed any more cushion. Top of the 9th, Rays down to their final strike. Urias had retired 6 straight up to that point, make it 7, and a World Series championship for the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's been a long wait. What a season. What a World Series to cap it off. 32 years of waiting is over. The Dodgers are the 2020 World Series champions. So the Dodgers break their 32-year drought. Finally the world champions, and deservedly so. Well,
deserved for sure, Shane. I mean, the season was so long, the layoff, the quarantines, the stoppage of play, and the shortened season, everything, all the factors that came into it. But the team who was best in the regular season continued to be the best in the postseason.
And I think a big kudos has to go out to Major League Baseball just for getting to this point, finishing this season, for all the flack they received. Some of it deserved, some of it not. To have the postseason turn out the way it did, and to have it end on a World Series like that, props to Rob Manfred and Major League Baseball.
Yeah, they got through it. They got it done, and that's what everybody in Los Angeles. Think about the people of Los Angeles. I mean, they're getting a couple titles within a matter of weeks, especially what's happened in that city as well. So you know that it can ignite a whole city when something like this happens, and it's great to see for the people who follow that team and the players on that team, like Mookie Betts signing a grand contract to come over there and winning a title in his first year.
And Clayton Kershaw finally adds a ring to his collection. And Will, you look like an absolute genius. You predicted Dodgers, Rays, World Series, picked Dodgers to win it. You've been hanging out with tennis coach Ethan Arns a little bit. Has he given you some prediction tips?
No, I've kept distance from him, but I guess we're just great minds. They say think alike sometimes. So I guess that's what happened in this instance, but I think I just got lucky. I don't know.
Well, hey, whatever you did, it worked. And the Dodgers are the 2020 World Series champions. Congrats to them, and congrats to Will on a very, very well-executed prediction. Now, you know what the Dodgers should be celebrating with?
Or are you going to let me know? What is that?
Well, I can't tell you now.
We'll
tell you after the break.
Our whole lives are focused around figuring out what we want to do. Here at Quincy University, we can help you find what you want to do. Just take a break and do what you love.
Finding your passion is easy at Quincy University. Whether you're pursuing a bachelor's degree or looking to go even further, at QU, your professional and academic future is bright. 40 undergrad programs include moments that become experiences, connections that become careers, and relationships that become lifelong support. We want you here. That's why we work hard to ensure that a Quincy University education is affordable. Let us help you put together a plan. Visit discover.quincy.edu to get started.
We're still a couple months out from Christmas, but Bud Light Seltzer, they're already getting in the holiday spirit. And we'll tell you what, the Bud Light Seltzer has unveiled its new Ugly Sweater variety pack with 3 new festive flavors. Those flavors are Apple Crisp, Peppermint Patty, and Ginger Snap, all bundled with cranberry, which is an existing flavor. The 12 packs are available for a limited time beginning Monday. Hard Seltzer has been a success for the Bud Light brand since its launch in January. Anheuser-Busch InBev, which owns the Bud Light brands, said in its most recent earnings call that Seltzer sales grew 600% for the quarter.
You know what? I think those are kind of starting to grow on me. They actually don't look half bad.
Shane, those are some interesting flavors for sure.
Well, are you going to give them a shot?
We'll just have to wait and see.
Hey, I'd be willing to give them a shot, but remember, for those of you who are of legal drinking age, please do drink responsibly. That's all the time we have for on this edition of QUTV Sports This Week. For Will, I'm Shane. We've reached Halloween week already. It's in a few days. Have a safe and fun Halloween weekend. We'll see you next time. Take care.